Double Your Pleasure, Double Your Fun. Candy and Randy Bra were the Doublemint twins and starred in several Doublemint gum commercials in the 70s. How to Move a Dinosaur to the Boston Museum. Debbie Harry's senior photo in high school, 1963. Kiss frontman Paul Stanley and Donna Dixon dated off and on from 1981 to 82 until he found out she secretly married Dan Aykroyd. Diana Spencer on a summer holiday in 1971 when she was 10 years old. She would become Lady Diana in 1975 when her father inherited the title of Earl. The Supremes pose outside of Manchester Square while in London, 1963. Actress Barbara Bochet has acted in more than 80 films and TV shows. "20-years-old Shigeki Tanaka, Hiroshima survivor here, he is winning the 1951 Boston Marathon. Lorelei Circe Aka, the Siren, Joan Collins, is a musical villain who appears in 2 episodes of Batman in 1967. The boxing match aboard the U.S. Oregon, 1897. Black Sabbath's Ozzy Osbourne and Bill Ward messing around backstage in New York, 1977. Tom Selleck served in the California Army National Guard from 1967 to 1973. In 1978, Jane Kennedy became one of the first women to enter the sportscasting arena when she joined the cast at NFL Today as a sportscaster. The Clockmaker, 1860. Howard Rogers, Polaroid chief chemist, 1963, with 5,000 bottles of chemicals used to discover the color film process. Singer-songwriter Bobby Gentry in the studio, 1969. The hilarious film that led the way for the TV series Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau in The Odd Couple, 1968. Spanish roasted peanuts in a bottle of Coca-Cola back in the 70s. Ralph Fiennes gets thrown from his car he survived. Hammond Raceway, 1939. Here's a Norman Rockwell magazine cover with Thanksgiving on Walton's Mountain featured in 1973. Barbara Carrera as Maria on the set of The Island of Dr. Moreau, 1977. The Broughton Lumber Flume, also a 9-mile thrill ride. Washington, 1930. Tom Laughlin starred as Billy Jack in The Born Losers, 1968, Billy Jack, 1971, The Trial of Billy Jack, 1974, and in 1977, Billy Jack Goes to Washington, which was never released in theaters. Stuntman at Work on Set, 1930. The Police were a new wave band formed in London in 1977 by drummer Stuart Copeland, schoolteacher Gordon Sting Sumner, and guitarist Andy Summers. Priscilla Barnes is best known in her role as Terry Alden on Three's Company in 1981-84. Old Yeller was Disney Studios' first and best attempt at a boy and his dog film in 1957, with Tommy Kirk and Dorothy McGuire. Cloris Leachman won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress in Film, The Last Picture Show in 1971. Irish singer-songwriter Sir George Ivan Van Morrison on stage in Boston Common back in 1968. The 1910 World Mustache Championships, just kidding. These men are actually cigar makers, Cuba, 1910. Sir Malcolm Campbell and Bluebird set a new land speed record of 301 miles per hour in 1935. Marceline Bertrand and John Voight were married in 1971. She was an American actress and humanitarian, mother of James Haven and Angelina Jolie, and co-founder of the All Tribes Foundation. Agnetha Faltskog posed for Sweden's Poster magazine with a bunch of blonde dolls and huge paddle-shaped lollipop in 1976. When we talked, I talked about me, you talked about you, when we should have talked about each other. Jean-Paul Belmondo and Joan Seberg in the film, Breathless, 1960. Seems like old times when a young, fresh-faced Goldie Hawn eating a hamburger in 1964.